So I thought I'd start with the most recent one first. Obviously, you guys know a lot about this. I did a behind the scenes. This quote here was a quote I thought was really poignant and kind of appropriate. The intro sequence actually came together at the end. It was like, it's really, really kind of long process. And the idea, I had this first scene built, you know, the one with the table ages ago, but I didn't really know how it would kind of match with all the other stuff. So yeah, I mean, this, like I said, I did the intro last. The whole montage was finished kind of like way before I did the intro. Some of these shots took longer than others. The one with the broken down map there, the construct one, was probably one of the longer ones. This one was all built in Cinema 4D. Same with this one. So this was just compositing falling footage over some kind of camera shots that I had. This one is obviously quite famously, I did a tutorial on that one in the behind the scenes of. So yeah, and then the kind of flares on the maps were actually really easy to kind of composite at the end. These shots didn't really take that long, as it was. This one took ages because I had to mask out the the whole structure so I could put a different sunset behind it. So that was probably one of the longer ones. And obviously we have the title sequence, which is all done in Cinema 4D. At the start here is the only error in the montage. If you have a look closely on the right side of the screen, just there for like half a second, there was a badly masked blur, and that's the only error I ever found that I did. But I think I left it in because we were like way behind schedule, and just took a while. The Cool Spawn Bro was kind of one from, it was a voice clip that was on the Bungie, one of the Bungie weekly updates when they were messing about with the guy who did the commentary. So I thought I could put it in. That's pretty cool because a lot of people had never heard that before, but I thought it was pretty unique. And yeah, this first song is the last one I did in the kind of in the timeline, because I had if you saw the scratch renders, I had already done like 2 renders, but none of the songs felt like they had enough energy to open the song. This part with the panning audio was part I find kind of cool. I kind of did the little bullet chamber filling up here, so almost like someone's about to reload. And then they got a full clip, and then because this clip was all like pretty much BR, and I felt that was quite unique for Halo 3, because it's not like Halo 2, because you didn't really have BXRs and double shots and stuff, so I really like that clip. This kind of peeking around the corner one was one of my favourite effects as well. And yeah, I mean, the first song actually came together quite quick once I picked it. This transition is my favourite, the waterfall one. I had to match the clips pretty closely and, you know, do some careful masking, but it was one of my favorites. Using a drum and bass song in the was kind of unique. Like, not many people had used drum and bass. High Contrast is one of my favorite drum and bass artists, and that song in particular was one. This is my favorite clip in the whole video. They're kind of 2 for 1, and the way the sound effect works there as well, and then actually getting the kill tack, the transition there, because he just throws a grenade, and then I had another clip where it starts with throwing a grenade. That was cool. This is one of my favourite effects in the whole thing. Like, I talk about it a bit in the behind the scenes of, but just the way the sound effect and everything slowed down is kind of unique. This was the one of the clips that got the most traction, because everyone's just like, if that happened to me, like, I would literally have left. But it was all about trying to find clips here where people were kind of... I'm always big on transitions and having the video flow nicely from one to the next. So it wasn't... Sometimes it was more about how one clip moved to the next, even if the next clip wasn't that kind of great on the great scheme of things, because I had lots and lots of just amazing clips to kind of deal with. A lot of them that didn't get into the video were quite... you know, like fucking kill atrocities. People were like freaking out because their clip didn't get in, and it was like, sometimes for me, for the greater kind of good of the video, it's better to pick a clip that goes nicely, and then it has all the sync points that I need in the song. rather than how good it was in terms of like how good, I can't just put in all the best clips. See there, I'm using the wall as a transition device because this clip is amazing, like the two headshots at the end. But for me, it's almost about finding the best transition point, and I have to have all the sync points that work in the next clip. If not, I don't use it basically. I'm all about the sync points in the song. So if a song has a certain amount of sync points, at that point I would kind of use it. This is the first one I did, the 30 Seconds to Mars. This is actually the first whole section that I edited. This clip from Chemo was the first one I put on the timeline when I started, like at the start of the project. I had this transition it's probably not my favorite, but it kind of worked nicely for what I wanted to do and the transition at the end of this clip is actually one of my favorites. Just the way we go from like one to the other, and the clips had similar angles, and that kind of like little corner on the side of Pit I used as a transition device. I'm really big. This is probably one of my favorite moments in the video. The kind of I played with this part probably more than any, and what you're about to see here after this clip was one of the parts that I left blank because I just did not know what to do with it for the build up to this clip. And just the way to demonstrate this clip, because it was such a unique clip. For many people this was their favorite clip because it was just so unique. The kind of headshot as you were going up, and then a headshot as he was going over, and I just wanted to show and then the actual final jumping headshot there was just such a unique clip that it was really hard to do it justice, and it was one of the ones I kind of took the longest to do. And then this part here, this transition here, was actually, I think I tried literally about 20 different things. Fragtality hands, I sent him like 2 or 3. I was really big on not sending stuff to my friends. I really was like always super protective about showing people my montages before they were done, but I must have sent that part to Hans about 7 or 8 or 9 times, and just be like, what do you think of this, what do you think of this, and every time we never thought it was quite right until finally you get it. But it goes to show that sometimes the clips aren't as easy to transition from one to the next. This is my friend Ryan's clip. It probably wasn't the best clip in the video, but like it's kind of nice to put it in. Again, it synced well. This is probably the most unique clip, like back to back. So this one, I really felt I nailed the camera on that one, just to give it a kind of sense of dynamism. This one we're really lucky to have that little bullet kind of floating past in the Halo 3 theatre mode. I didn't even have to add it or anything, it was cool. And these are the kind of things you pick on when you just spend hours and hours in theatre. And then these last 2 shots, the little birds were done with particular. And then I needed a song, and this is literally my favourite song of all time. I couldn't believe no one had ever found it, but then again, they're quite an obscure band, and I really wanted this build up at the start to be something unique and feel like like everything was coming to an end. So, which is traditionally kind of like sadness and death is portrayed with kind of rain in films, and so I really wanted to have this song be a bit slower and just be really powerful. So I really punched up the sound of the levels of the sound effects and the gunshots in this, and really tried to hit every sync point and just almost have it just sync every shot, and be less about speed up, slow motion, and more about the flow in this last one. And I was adding these little overlay lines and the kind of flares on the medals down at the bottom and at the top. I almost felt like it was a nice kind of like the spirits leaving the body kind of effect. This is probably one of my favorite moments in the video, the kind of ricochet bounce, and I really felt that slow motion there without the hood really like empowered that moment. I like that kind of little reverse kind. I'm not even sure what it was. I slowed the clip down and it just felt really nice with the song. And that was probably one of the most subtle moments, but probably one of my favorite ones. This clip was absolutely ridiculous. I would have left if this guy was doing this to me by himself. I have a very low threshold for bullshit when I'm playing Halo, so it's probably one of the reasons I was never really good. Nice 2-for-1 headshot here, and again to actually get that last shot, it's a shame he got killed, but I was able to use that grenade explosion, because on this clip that you're watching now, there was a great grenade exploding at the start of the clip, and so by reversing the end of that last clip, I could kind of use the explosions to synchronize between the two. And here towards the end, I mean, there's a lot of Mauler here, but I used the door here, so the door, and then I used the door from the other side as a kind of transition device as well, which I thought was quite kind of interesting, because it's the same, you're looking at the same thing but just from two different sides. Oh, it's on this clip, sorry. So if you look at the doorway here onto elbow, I used it then from the other side, and I kind of made the transition seamless, and then taking the sound out of this last part, I felt just really made this last clip all the more powerful. And then I wanted to make it look like he was kind of dying, and the last of the Spartans that lost their spirits, and then when the spirit leaves the body, the kind of lines, it goes back to the map, and it kind of links in with the start of the video. And I felt like I got the little spirit flying off just right there. And yeah, so that was it. So this is kind of like a unique experiment. I'm trying to do some different things with my channel. I'm still going to keep doing the tutorials, obviously. I might do some classic montage reviews, like just voiceover, what I've just done with this one, but maybe not on some of my videos, some of the videos that inspired me and what I found cool and parts that I tried to take. So I value your feedback, guys, so please let me know in the comments. Let me know with your likes, because I do try and analyze all this stuff and then put it into my videos. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Let me know in the comments and the likes what you thought of this, and if you thought it was useful or cool, and if you would like some classic montage reviews, I can do those as well.